How are you doing? Good morning, friends. How are you? So, I'm going to try to be as delicate as possible with what I'm saying. Um, Clearly, this is about what's going on, like in California, or actually all over the U.S. But right now, something crazy is, popped off in, I think it was Paramount, California, with the ICE raids and whatnot. Which I don't know. Some of y'all might know I'm Mexican American. Okay. I was born here in the U.S. Just a little bit of like history. Okay. Everybody always asks, when did your family get here? So let me let you know when my family got here. Okay. So my grandfather, which was my mom's dad, is the one that he came over here um, in his late teens, right, to come work here. He was getting away from his family back in Mexico, wanted to be here in the U.S., and he met my grandmother on the field at the fields. He met her I in Florida. Picking oranges, and then they worked. I guess the same group of people would work in different fields, doing different things, and these people are driving so aggressively. It's Sunday morning. Come on now. Anyway, so that's how they met. My grandmother was already here. The way my mom explained it is okay. My grandmother on my grandmother's side, it was parents. My grandmother's parents who came here from Mexico. So on my mom's side. We've been here. We've been here for a bit. And the way I'm told is my tia Vive, the one I was named after, um, she she's sister, right, to my grandmother, or no, she's aunt to my grandmother. Okay, so my grandmother's aunt, there was a flood down in Mexico. This is a long. She was born in 1910. Okay, this was a long time ago. Where the border was at that time, I'm not 100% sure, but where she was at in Mexico, it flooded. Where my grandmother's aunt and my grandmother's parents, there was a flood, and they were sent up here to where we're at now. So they've been here. Okay. I've never been. I mean, I've been to Mexico, but I never been like to Mexico like recently. Last time I went, I was in my early 20s, and um, so I'm not too familiar with it. I'd be lying if I said I was very familiar with Mexico and blah blah blah, but I'm not. But I am familiar with my people. It hurts for me to see what's going on. Um, it's it's sad that it's come to this, right? Um, at first, they were saying it was for people who are here illegally, criminals, X, Y, and Z. But once they've cleared them out, well, they want, okay. Well, that was easy. Let's get some more people. Let's get women and children, people who were doing it the legal way, because they were saying do it the legal way, do it the right way. Even them, they're arresting them. They're throwing out their cases and taking them and just taking them there. Families are being ripped apart. I can't imagine being a little kid and coming home and my mom's not there or my dad's not there, or you know I can't imagine that, like, these poor children, like what they're going through. And yeah, we all make mistakes. Everybody comes here for a better life, and maybe the reason that it takes so long for people to do it the legal ways, because they don't think they can do it. They think that they're going to be set back. They think something's going to happen and they're not going to get approved. And it's a long process, and there's so many lawyers out there that are crooked who will take these people's money. And I know my mom's best friend, Diana, she fucking did it, I don't know, like 3 times before she found like a lawyer that was actually legitimate. You know, she threw away her money three fucking times before she found a legitimate one. So it's not that they don't want to do it, it's because there's so many fucking loopholes to do it. You know, they escape over there because it's dangerous, and they come over here and they're like constantly in fear. Can you imagine being constantly in fear of being picked up somewhere? You know, the movie that I remember when I was younger was Mi Familia. I was like 15 years old when I saw that fucking movie, and the mom. I think that's the one where the mom gets deported in the beginning. Dude, that's fucking scary, man. And I just, I guess because I have abandonment issues too, you know. But that shit's fucking, oh my gosh, freaks me out, you know. I can't imagine what these poor children are going through. They got to remember this for the rest of their lives. And yes, the parents should have been on top of their shit. But are you on top of your shit? No. I'm sure there's something that you haven't done that you need to do, that you have yet to do, right? We're all the same way. We're just all at different levels, right? It saddens me that it had to come to this, right? But hopefully there will be a resolution at the end of the tunnel. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to think. I don't know. Oh, speaking of ICE and people, okay. So I was driving the other day over there on Military, and my car is a very common car, I guess, around here. And dude, this fucking cop came so aggressively to pull me over. It was highway patrol, I think it was, but it wasn't on the highway. I guess they were helping the ICE people, right? And they were posted up in parts of San Antonio that where a lot of illegals live, right? So I'm driving, minding my own fucking business. Okay, this was like about 2 months ago when they first started doing this, right? No, this was probably like the beginning of the year. I was driving down Military, and this fucking highway patrol comes from way across, like across down the street. Like we were in opposite directions, and he starts like speeding. He does a illegal U-turn, and he gets behind me and lights me up, right? And I'm like, oh shit, what was I doing? I was driving like 30, like it was a fucking neighborhood, right? 35. And I pull over, and then he looks at me. He's like, "Oh no, no, it's not you. There was another car that looked just like yours that had potential illegals." And I'm like, "Dude, it was just me in the car, thankfully, you know." But I was like, I was like, "What the fuck did I do?" Like I was just driving, you know. So I guess some other car, I guess they got away. I don't know, but they had a car like mine, and they got pulled over. Dude, that's fucking sad, you know. I don't know what else to say, but I hope that nobody gets hurt, and I hope that there's some sort of resolution down the line. I don't like to see people getting hurt. I don't like children being hurt. I don't like children being ripped away from their families. Um, and I'm just sending prayers to everybody. You know, I have to say something, you know, because these are my people, you know. Um, and I used to live in an apartment where it was majority. Before I bought my house, I lived in off of Penn Road. Hey, what's up, Penn Road? Penn Road in San Antonio. If you know, you know. Okay. So me and my daughter lived in some apartments there for a very long time. We were there for a long, like years, right? So I got to know a lot of people that were here illegally, you know, and got to speak with them, and I got to see how they get here. I got to get like the lowdown on how it is, and it's scary. It's a scary journey to get here, but anything is better than what they're going through over there. The shit that they go through to get over here, to walk over here, or cross the border illegally, the way they get here, it's you'd be amazed at the stories. Okay, you'd be amazed like at what they got to do to get over here. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not. We have laws in place for a reason. It's for our safety. It's for X, Y, and Z. Yada yada yada. You know, fill in the blank. But um, There has to be another way to do this. There has to be a better way to do this. There has to be a medium in all of this. And I send prayers out to everybody. I love you all. I'm getting emotional again. Sorry. I gotta stop crying. My way to work. Oh my gosh. It just hurts me. It hurts me a lot, you know, and I feel bad and I see these videos, but it's our reality right now, unfortunately. And I send prayers out to anybody, and I'm so sorry that you're going through this.